to Kritika Mathur Astrology. Today we are going to talk about the Mars transit, which is going to start from May 2018 and it's going to last till November 2018. And we are going to see what this transit is going to bring to all of our lives and how it's going to make an impact on all of us. So first of all, we are going to see why this transit is important to study. The first reason is that Mars usually stays in a particular zodiac sign for 2.5 months, but this time it's going to stay till 6 months. Obviously, when a planet is going to stay in a zodiac sign for 6 long months, it's going to make a difference into our lives. The second reason is that Mars is also going retrograde from 26th of June till 27th of August 2018. So we will also see that how this retrogradation is going to affect us. The third reason why it's important to study this transit is because Mars is not alone in this transit. It's sitting with another planet called Ketu, and it's important to see what difference is that going to bring. So now we are going to talk about what this video is going to cover. It's going to cover first of all the characteristics of Mars and Ketu. Second, it's going to cover what effect this transit is going to bring to us. Third, we are going to discuss some of the technical terminologies like retrogradation, exaltation, etc. We're going to discuss what exactly it means. And lastly, we are going to discuss on some of the remedies which are very important during this point of time. So let's begin. First of all, what is Mars? Mars is a planet of action. It is our motivation, zeal and capability to perform a particular task. It is the strength which asks us to lead from the front. If I personify Mars, I would say that it is a soldier or it's a warrior. So let's talk about Ketu. Ketu is a planet of salvation, spiritual fulfillment and separation, isolation. So if I personify Ketu, I would say that it is a planet with a body without a head. The symbol of Ketu is a flag, which symbolizes victory over past life karmas. So Mars is victory over this life karma and Ketu is victory of past life. So what we are going to analyze is that what a planet is going to do, which is full of energy, motivation, zeal to perform without brain, without the mind, because it is sitting with a planet called Ketu which doesn't have a head. Now we are also going to see a term called conjunction, or what is sitting with means. So when I say that a planet is sitting with another planet, what I basically means is that these two planets are in the same house at the same time and their energies are being exchanged amongst each other. So what's going to happen when this energy is going to sit with a planet which doesn't have a head? So you can imagine that there is a sports car with a nitro feature in it, and you're sitting behind the steering wheel of that sports car, but you're stuck in traffic. So during the 6 month of time period, what you're going to feel is that once I'm going to press this nitro button, my car is going to rush and it's going to win the race. But what actually on the contrary is going to happen is that once you press the nitro feature of that car, you're going to collide with all the other cars because you're stuck in traffic. So this is exactly what's going to happen within this 6 months of time period, because you have this outburst of energy which is very good, but you don't know where to put it, how to channelize it, how to put it a direction, because again, you don't have a brain or a head or mind to think. So usually when I talk to people, I get consultations, usually people ask me about career and marriage. So they ask about business, job or married life. So I thought that it's important to give this some amount of emphasis during my video. So let's talk about what's going to happen to your married life. So first of all, you're going to have immense passion, romance and love. on one hand in your marriage. On the other hand, you're also going to face some arguments, some domination in the marriage, because these two are energies. One is a constructive energy, the other one is a destructive energy, and both of them are together. So the one mantra which I would say is that forgive and forget. This is a mantra which is going to be very, very beneficial for all this 6 months of time, because this is the time when you don't really want to show off your ego. This is the time you don't want to win a battle or win an argument, because you know now that once you get into something like this, it's not going to end up in a favorable terms, because this time is not good for making arguments. So when I talk about career, on the other hand, well, you're going to feel 10 times more positive. You're going to feel more workaholic towards your career, towards your ambition and goals, because you have this energy which you have, like, you don't know where to put it, but still you have this amount of positive energy. But at the same time, like I mentioned, you're going to have some arguments, some collide with your bosses and colleagues. Now you're also going to think that this is always happening at work. You're always having arguments with bosses, you're having politics at work, so how is it actually going to make a difference? Now here's the thing, you're going to notice that people who are never involved in any kind of bitter arguments or any kind of conflicts, those are the people, strangely, who will be involved into these things. So perhaps there's a shy person sitting in the office, doesn't talk so much. You will see him talking on phone probably and shouting on someone or raising his voice against someone. This is how you're going to actually feel the impact of this transit, that people who are quiet, who are not into any kind of arguments or battles, they are the ones suddenly who are going to feel this energy of Mars as well as Ketu. So one thing which you will also notice is that although you have this energy, you also have Ketu sitting with it, which is bringing fluctuations, which is also bringing some amount of irregularity. So what you're going to see here is that you have some energy, but you are also having fluctuating energy. So one time you would want to go to work, you want to perform the best at work. On the second day, perhaps you don't even want to go to work, because this outburst of energy is not channelized properly. It's going to go haywire, it's going to move from here and there. That's why sometimes you're motivated, the other times you're completely demotivated, because Ketu means separation, Ketu means isolation. Mars is trying to move you ahead, Ketu is trying to pull you back. So another thing now here, which I didn't mention till now, which is extremely important, is that Mars is in the sign of Capricorn. This is the exaltation sign of Mars. What does exaltation mean? Exaltation means that Mars is most comfortable in this sign, in the zodiac sign, and it is going to perform its best in this sign. This is what exaltation means. Now, because Mars is in Capricorn, you will have more energy than usual Mars in any zodiac sign, because this is the best time for Mars to perform its activities. Although it's sitting with Ketu, Ketu is basically a spiritual planet, but then also it is a natural malefic planet. Again, a terminology. What is malefic? Malefic basically means that this planet is not considered very much auspicious. That's what malefic means actually. So, like I mentioned in the beginning, Mars is also going retrograde during this period of time. So from June till August. So precisely from 26th of June till 27th of August, Mars is going to stay retrograde. Now, what does retrograde mean? Retrograde is basically when a planet is moving backwards. Why would a planet do that? Some of the tasks which a planet cannot fulfill, it tries to move back and fulfill the task. So you can say a soldier is going home to do his homework and then returning. So in this period of 2 months, which are already over, because it got over in August, you can analyze and really think of what happened during that time. So that time was not a happy period of time. Although Mars is still exalted, it will feel the pressure of retrogration. Retrogration is not a very happy place to be in. You will feel that some of the tasks from the house where Mars was transiting, you will feel that you went back to those houses and finished those tasks. From June till August, you must have felt that you are going back to that house and you're finishing the tasks which are pending. But then again, there was a lot of pressure during that period of time because Mars was not happy. Mars was retrograde. What I can assure you here is that out of all the 6 months when you will work hard and you will face struggles, you will get the victory. You will win the battle. So the soldier which is standing in the battlefield finally is going to say, hooray, I won this battle. Why? Don't forget, Mars is exalted. Mars is in the sign of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn represents rank, position and status, which is exactly what Mars represents as well. This is the reason why Mars is most comfortable here. So, whatever happens during this period of time, you will win the battle. No matter how much struggle you've been, you cannot channelize your energy, you cannot perform the best because your mind is fluctuating, it's the irregularity, still you are going to win the battle because Mars is exalted here. And not only that, Mars here is in the sign of Capricorn, but behind this sign, we have nakshatras functioning. Now behind the sign of Capricorn, we have 3 different nakshatras which Mars is going to transit one by one, and these nakshatra overall symbolize victory and celebration. This is the reason that whichever field you pick up during this time and you work really hard towards it, you are going to win it. However, because of the presence of Ketu, some of the remedies must be done. Some of the remedies are very important for you to perform. And let's talk about that a little bit. So the first one is to avoid getting into any kind of conversation which can lead to any argument, which can lead to any inflammable conflict or battles or verbal arguments between anyone in your personal or professional life, because you know how it's going to land up. The second remedy is to meditate at least 15 minutes every day. This will calm your Ketu, because Ketu is a spiritual planet. It loves to meditate. It loves when you introspect, when you calm your inner peace. The third one is to calm your external energy, that is Mars. So Mars is extrovert planet, Ketu is an introvert planet. So it is very important to calm your extrovert Mars. How are you going to do that? You have to be very much involved in the sports. So especially time for martial artists are very good, because obviously, like I mentioned, Mars is a soldier, it's a warrior. So it's very important that if you are a martial artist, boxer, or if you are a sports person, you must channelize and use this opportunity to achieve success, because you will. And even if you're not into sports, a usual person who is facing depression or who is unable to do something with this energy, outburst of energy, it's very important to engage yourself into some physical activity, which also has a scientific reason. Often we notice that if a person is sad or depressed, we ask them to be very active. Why is that? Because there are some enzymes which are released when you are doing any sort of physical activity, and they are known as endorphins. These enzymes help you to feel happy from inside. This is a very simple remedy, and this is what you have to practice during this time to calm your Mars down. So, like I mentioned, use this mantra of forgive and forget. Don't get into any kind of arguments. This is why to know astrology is extremely important. Predictions and all come later on. But what is important is to be aware of your surroundings. What is important is to know what Mars and Ketu want from you, so that you can give it to them to attain the positive response. Because if you do not channelize this energy, it can either be destructive or constructive. So it's important to be aware of what needs to be done during this 6 months of time period. Now, it's very important to understand what is the message of Ketu and Mars. And the message which is given through these planets is to understand what's going inside you, to use the energy, the exaltation energy of Mars in the most positive manner to get the fruitful results. Because if you do that, you are completely unstoppable. Because like I said, victory is definitely going to be yours if you know how to use this energy properly. If you know how to use the aggression, the motivation, the zeal to perform in a proper manner, you need to direct it, channelize it in the best possible manner. This is the message of planets, and this is very important to be understood in order to gain the best out of it. So this is all from my side for today, and I'm going to be back with another video very soon. So please do subscribe to my channel. Also, please press the bell icon so that you never miss any video from my side, because I'm going to bring the in and out of astrology like nobody else does. So I'm going to see you very soon with another video. Thank you so much.